This is the 𝙎𝙤𝙀 Etherealizer by Walrus Audio, a pedal made in collaboration with Yvette Young. So let's deep dive into the detail after the intro. Hi guys, I'm Steex, audio video production. Welcome to my YouTube channel, welcome to my studio, the place where I try out audio gear, could be guitar, gear related, or also pro audio gear. Today I'm gonna show you this beautiful pedal. This is the 𝙎𝙀 Etherealizer. I hope that the pronunciation is correct, because 𝙎 is basically the name of the energy in the life, I guess, from China. Basically, this is a pedal made in collaboration with Yvette Young, which is an amazing Chinese artist that I've also met at the NAMM show, the last NAMM show in 2025, thanks to Face Distribution. And I have to send a huge thanks to Face Distribution that sent me this pedal to try out and also grant me the possibility to meet, of course, Yvette Young. If you are interested to the full interview I did at the NAMM show to Yvette Young, that basically describe the pedal, the inspiration behind, of course, the pedal, and also how Yvette Young uses this pedal, well, I suggest you to see that video. Is here linked on the corner if you are interested. However, I leave you right now a really brief part of the interview. Let's see Yvette Young right now. Where do you take inspiration when you create a song? From where do you take inspiration?
I think I come from a visual art background, and I used to be an art teacher, taught painting, drawing.
Okay.
So for me, I'm very visually motivated, and a lot of my songs, I think I just want to tell stories. Like for me, having this is like, a black and white drawing, and this is like colors that I can use to color it in.
Great.
Feels like painting with sound, right?
Yeah.
So with every song I write, I try to kind of convey like a mood or like tell a story or maybe a character. What I love to do is I love to record a bunch of stuff and comp it.
Yeah.
And then I just cut out specific moments and put it together.
So, as previously said, if you are interested to see the full video, you have the link here on the corner and also on the description. Today, I'm gonna focus on this pedal, and I'll show you step by step each sides of this pedal, because basically we have 4 pedals in one. That's very cool. We have 4 different sections, as you can see. Let's start with the routing that you can create with this pedal and how you can use, of course, this pedal. So, about the connection, this is a stereo pedal. This means that it's a pedal that you can use not only with your guitar, bass, or whatever other kind of string instruments, but you can also use with synthesizer, or you can also apply this like an external processor for your �12, for example, for your vocals, or whatever other kind of source. Basically, this can be used in whatever source. This is really cool, and I really appreciate that this pedal is both stereo in the inputs and also in the output. This means that you can place this pedal also after an already stereo pedal, because this accepts also input stereo. That's very cool. Another really cool feature is that this pedal is completely controllable by MIDI. So you have the MIDI in and MIDI through plugs, the 3.5mm, like a jack, let's say. It's very cool because you can use this, for example, combined with your �12, and you can manage everything, the MIDI messages on your �12, and for example, you can change the settings, the presets inside for live application. When you use a �12, when you have backing track, you can focus only on playing. That's very cool. Another cool thing that sometimes we skip and don't keep too much attention is the power. This is basically 4 pedals in one, and it's a modulation kind of pedal. And usually modulation pedals like reverb, delay, granular, let's say, they are really hungry in current. And this pedal is only 300 milliamperes, yes, in 9 volts. That is very low for a so complicated pedal with 4 different kind of modulation that you can use. That's very, very cool. And about power, I know I have to do some marketing. You can power this pedal together with other pedal, of course, with the Walrus Audio Canvas, which are very, very cool power supply for pedal boards, because are very low profile and you can mount in your pedal board. Let's say pedal train is very, very good pedal board without taking any space in your pedal board. That's very, very cool. Now, marketing aside, let's focus on the pedal, okay? Before start, someone can say that this video is sponsored, so I have to talk in good way or in positive way about this pedal. Yes, this video is sponsored by Face Distribution, and of course I send a huge thanks to Face Distribution. You have the link in the description if you want to know more about Walrus Audio, directly to the website of Walrus Audio. However, my opinion is mine in whatever kind of video, so I'll be honest with my opinion, of course. So let's start talking about the pedal. As you can see, the pedal has 4 different sections, and in this video I'll show you one by one in detail each effects, and then we'll combine together to show you basically all the capability of this pedal. As you can see, we have the first section, which is the chorus. The second section is the delay. The third section is the grain, so a granular part, and the last section is the reverb, because we have the space here, but also the master control of each section, so which is the tone, which is relative to the wall pedal, only the affected part of the wall pedal, and of course the mix knob here, the master mix knob, that I'll show you in a moment how to use it. Before start to play, I have to announce how I use this pedal in this video. This pedal can be used in different way because of course it's a stereo in and stereo output pedal, so you can use directly in the effects loop of your amplifier. However, in this way the effects loop will be only mono. So I don't want to use this approach today because I want to show you in full stereo capability. So in this way, I basically placed my guitar, which is my Gibson Les Paul Standard Alnico 5, if I remember well, and I'm going directly to my, is not my, is on low, of course, Blackstar ST James 100 watts, which is basically the version of EL34 and also 6L6 combined together. The amplifier has the impulse response inside, so I'm not using any real cabinet, and for this reason I'm going directly to my audio interface, which is the Orion Studio Synergy Core by Antelope Audio. So I'm recording the full amplifier with custom impulse responses. Then inside my DAW, I'm sending the signal to the QI Etherealizer. And as you can see, I'm sending the mono signal. So I'm entering mono like a normal amplifier, but I'm going out stereo and I'm recording my audio interface. In this way, basically, it's like having the pedal like a modeler. So after all the amplifier and cabinet, okay? So I'm sending inside also the cabinet. It's not receiving only the preamplifier like in a normal send return situation. So can act maybe different, but you know, you can use this in different way because of course it's stereo in and stereo out. If you use it like an effect for synthesizer or for your vocals, can act of course differently. But trust me, this will sound very good. So now let's play. Let me focus right now on the chorus, okay? So you can use a single effect alone, simply pushing and holding these knobs. Basically right now is all bypassed, and even if I engage the pedal, you will listen basically my DI, which is the clean sound of my amplifier. Okay, this pedal can be used in serial or parallel mode, but I'll show you later the functions. Now, let's engage the chorus. We have 2 types of chorus, 3 chorus or stereo chorus. We have the mix knob, which is basically the amount of chorus that you want to listen. We have the rate, yes, the rate, which is of course the velocity of the chorus, the speed, and then the depth, which is the amplitude of the chorus sinusoidal. Now, let's listen to the sound. We are using also the space here, so let me lower it. Okay. Faster. Maximum speed. More emphasized. It seems like a spring. I prefer, of course, very, very low chorus. Let's switch now to stereo. It's much more emphasized with the depth. Bypassed. Faster. With the mix at 0, right now I'm in parallel, so this means that basically I have only my DI. Chorus. I like much more the three chorus because it's more, let's say, it's more in the mix. It's not too emphasized, but it's pleasant to listen. Now, let's disengage it and let's go right now to the delay. The delay, let's say, is very basic, not so funny, not so interesting, because it's a normal digital delay. With the feedback very, very high. Of course, you have here the tap tempo. You can decide the tempo. And you can also change the vision. 8. But it's a digital delay, so there is nothing so interesting here. So you have the mix knob. One quarter. Okay, nothing special here, but you can also tweak a bit the delay with the oscillation. The oscillation basically will push the feedback to the 100% and basically will keep oscillating infinitely. So let's listen. Okay, so this is very cool to use, for example, when you have a pattern of background, but I'll show you in a moment, of course, with also the space. Now, let's go to the most interesting part of this pedal, which is the grain. Now, let me disengage it and let's engage the grain. Here you can use the grain in two ways. One is grain cloud, which is basically a disorder randomized kind of effect, of not effect, behavior, because when you play something will be generated some grain, will be, let's say, chaotic. And how to manage the grain? Well, you can manage the grain, of course, with a mix of the grain, but this X knob is very interesting because this is the length of the particular sample that will be kept from your playing in the grain cloud. So this means that if you go to the X, basically this sample is very, very short. So let me show you. Let's go here with the pair 1. I play. You can listen. The X is very, very short, so only the first part of my playing will be repeated. It's like a delay right now. If I go with high amount, as you can listen, longer portion of my playing will be repeated. If I go to 0, only the first part. It will be repeated at the same moment basically that I'm playing. If I go higher with the X, and let's keep going. You can also manage the repetition, how you want to listen to the repetition, which is basically the playback. You can have, as you can see, pair 1, which is basically the same as you play. The pair 2 is basically double the speedness, so it's faster, double the speed, and also 1 octave above. It's basically like a shifter, let's say. Let me show you. Okay, if I use, of course, the X very, very low, this means that only the first part will be repeated, but of course with double speed and also the octave. Okay, if I go here, it's basically lowered by half, and also the octave will be 1 octave down. Let me go up with the X. The cool thing is that you can change this while you are not playing, because the repetition can be changed. Okay, that's very, very cool. Now, let me show you with the phrase sample, which are the differences. It's still playing. Okay. Okay, so the difference is that with the grain cloud, you have this sort of chaotic sound. The repetition basically are disordered. With the phrase sample, will be repeated a phrase of what you are playing, actually, and will be repeated with the BPM. So is more ordered kind of grain. Let me show you. If I go to phrase and go with the X very, very low, The X now is different. I forgot this thing. The X right now will change the behavior. Is no more the length of your phrase, of the sample, but is the length between one repetition and the other repetition. So basically you are changing the BPM. So if you use the X right now at the minimum, this means the repetition will be synced with your BPM that you have here, your tap tempo. Instead, if you go higher with this knob, you are delaying the repetition. And this means that will be also chaotic and no more in sync on your tap tempo. So let me show you. With the X to 1, let's go to X minimum, phrase. Ah. Stupid mad. You have to engage it. It's synced with the tap tempo. Okay. I can enlarge the X. It's no more in sync. And I can do also with part 2. It's no more in sync. If I go to X, so 0. Now it's synced. Okay, so this is the difference from grain, cloud, and of course the phrase sample. The last part is the space and the tone. So let me show you the space. The space is very simple, only one knob, but sounds amazing. Better than most of the pedal that I've tried out in the reverb. So let's listen the reverb you can get. Very short amount of space. Bigger. Or basically infinite. Right now I'm in series, so you can listen all basically my guitar affected. There is no the parallel, and this means that you cannot listen my DI guitar. To preserve my DI, I have to lower the mix here. Because the space, the reverb, every time is serial to the parallel effect part, so to this affected part. So basically, if I go to parallel, this does not mean that the reverb is in parallel. The reverb is always in serial, is the last part of my chain, okay? So if I show you all the way dry, you can listen only my DI because I'm in parallel, and basically in parallel there is no the space in the chain. There will be the chain only if I engage some effects. And you can listen the reverb. So let's create some sound right now. So let's go, for example, to serial. That will be the most aggressive way to use the pedal, because each section will be in serial. So each section basically will be affected by the previous section. So the mix is the key here. So let's say I want the chorus. And of course, I have to preserve my guitar because I'm in serial. Maximum chorus, 3 chorus, Okay. Okay, now let's add some delay. Okay, now let's add some granular part with the grain cloud. We can dose it with the mix. And I can add right now the space. If I want to preserve my DI, I can lower the mix here. I can change the tone of my affected part with this, and basically will be all very, very dark, except for my DI guitar. Let's use the phrase sample, maybe half. Let's now change to the parallel, which is the most interesting way to use it, in my opinion. We can use also the reverse. Now you can do also more with this, because we have the freeze here. You can use the freeze in two different ways. The first way is to press once, and as you can see now is blue, the LED. This means that you are keeping the oscillation, let's say the repetition of the grain. Let me show you. Without the freeze, only with the grain. Freeze, and it's continuing. And I can change also kind of repetition. Can enlarge the space. Reverse. It's continuing to play. I can also change the phrase sample. Faster with the X. Normal. And this is freeze, so it's continuing to play that. I can play over, of course. Okay, the second way how to use it is the total freeze. So when you push and hold, of course, the freeze. And basically you will create a background, because all will be freeze, every kind of effects. So let me show you. Let's engage everything right now. Let's play something. Now it's continuing. And I can play over and adding the effect. That's very cool because right now I'm in parallel. So what I'm playing right now basically is not affected, and you can listen to the dry, even if it's continuing to create this background. And will be added to the background. Wow. I can play for endless time. Okay, let me stop it. Now you can also create some presets, because inside you can have on board 3 presets that you can bring with you. That's very cool because you can also switch between presets with the MIDI, as told you previously. Let me show you the 3 presets that you have in stock. Actually, you can have the 3 different presets and of course, basically the real-time using, because as you can see, this is white, is blinking white, and this is telling me that I'm using the real time. So what you are seeing right now here, the knobs basically, are the exactly same settings that you are using right now. Okay, let me engage also this one. Let's now go to the presets that are inside with these 2 knobs. Right now is blinking in red, as you can see, and this is the presets inside, stock preset. Let's switch. It's green right now, another preset. More chorus and delay, let's say. Last preset is in blue, and we don't have the chorus, but we have the others. Here we can listen that is random here, the playback. It's fantastic. And we can use, for example, the freeze right now. and I can return to my setting. So guys, this is the QI Etherealizer by Walrus Audio, in my opinion, an amazing pedal. The only thing that I don't like so much is basically the delay, because it's very simple. Maybe analog delay or ping pong delay would be better. Anyway, it's a very complicated pedal, but you can understand everything from the manual. It's very simple to use it because there is not so much thing hidden. You have the link in the description. Let me know what you think about, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.